Are you looking for answers about extraterrestrials or maybe the true meaning of life? Then you have come to the right place. Welcome to the Ivan Teller online broadcast. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. And for more details, please visit ivanteller.com and learn more about your galactic families.
Oh, greetings all. Thank you for joining us for tonight's channeling. I'm not sure if we're going to have any viewers tonight, but we'll see how things go. It's a last minute webinar. That was going to be working tonight. Apparently not, so now we're here. So, without further ado, next one is on Thursday, so today's Monday. Next one's on Thursday, so you know well. So, all right, much love, blessings. I'm not sure who's going to come through as usual, so just see how things go. Hopefully my audio is working right. Okay. All right. So we've opened the door and let whoever would like to come in comes through. So see on the other side. Those things. Peace.
Well, that's right. No, I read that wrong. It's 62 degrees. I don't know if everything is like that.
I don't know what's going on here. Audio's all screwed up. Okay, you hear me all right? Okay. All right, here we go. I'm not sure if someone's playing or what. I had some kind of technical issue. Okay, anyway. All right, here we go. Yeah, I was like, I got a ghost going on here. Something's playing here. Anyway. All right, here we go. Actually, we do have something here, so anyway. Greetings. This is Archangel Michael. To all of you, light to all your chakras, light to your timelines. As you focus on your future, allow your future to come in a way that you would like it to. to be delivered, for you to experience. Too many that feel doubts of not being able to achieve their goals have their lives taken to a, you can say, an archon direction, where you drift off into an opposite way. And this energy is constant with many, as they feel they are part of, you can say, the norm as they go into this experience. There is interference. One moment. One moment. There is a malfunction. Interesting. As you go into your timeline that you choose, you can see your true self, your future self evolving and bring that self to you, the one that you wish to experience. There's many of you, there's many of yourselves in different multiple timelines. One that is halfway there, one that is there, and one that is far from where you wish to go. I believe you can connect to this. It all depends on you, what your mind is. And sometimes those journeys are long, but remember, you can always cut that length short, depending on your outlook on life. The more positive you are, the easier it is to connect to what you wish to be a part of. But yes, sometimes journeys do take some time. That's still up to you, to how you want to perceive it. As many go into a new journey, because many wish to go into the channeling state, the healing state also, and the alien state, as many wish to connect to your aliens in a more personal way. This is why we're bringing this up. Not to say it's impossible, but there is ways of connecting to them. It's different for everyone, for at least your alien connections. But of course, a positive outlook, a positive energy around you, you'd be surprised what you can connect to. If not the being physically, but you can connect to the messages. So look at it in different ways. Some wish to physical connection because this is the human way of physical. But as you see, your world is still growing, it is still figuring itself out. It is still growing up, as you can tell. Because we are seen as still fictionalized beings on your world. To some. So we send you love and your connection to nature, to allow that connection to become stronger as you become more of your future self. Because your future self that you wish to be will make it easier for you to exit off this planet also. Because you're at a higher vibration. The more ways that you do not connect to what you wish makes it difficult for you to transition off this planet, and some do become stuck as you are aware of. Of course, many still are not even close to that connection because of the different realms, the ghost realms, the ghost dimensions. Many still aren't too keen on that. That's fine. More of your world will start to eventually evolve into understanding that in your future time. Blessings to you. Greetings. This is Agent M, the Men in Black. Your Obama is quite an interesting fellow, isn't he? He is not ready for his transition. He's kind of pissed off. I believe some of you are aware of that. And that's just tough. But we can tell you this, that there's many beings that actually wish for him to stay in that position as for a third term. And you'd be surprised what's going on behind the scenes. That is unlikely, but you'd be surprised the preparation for that. Unlikely. But much has been in tune for that because of the one that's coming in is quite annoying to many. We want to at least give you that type of jargon. Also, interesting enough, I believe Oprah Winfrey and him will become quite good friends after he is in his retirement state, which is quite humorous to some of us. But as for your, what does that have to do with anything? Not much. From your, one moment. From our point of view, your Earth, the one you're living on, is unlikely to be ready for your alien contact. But as for much information being declassified in your coming year, more will continue. More Area 51 information, most likely, at other bases. Area 51 is a popular one, but much of it, remember, some of that is still not always to be trusted what comes out. As for disclosure for aliens, unlikely. Fictionally wise, through fiction, through novelization, we do see that increasing in your coming years as becoming part of your pop culture. Depends, but highly likely your humans have to get used to these type of things before they start believing in it. As it tiptoes into your culture, that is a highly likely, but it still depends on free will and many other aspects of it. But still, as for AI, that's becoming more apparent in your future time, will increase itself. We do see in the next 30 years as it becoming more part of your everyday. You are seeing the infant side of it, but in 30 years it will be highly advanced and controlling your lives. We do see many unemployed, but not to worry. Well, worry if you must. That's a human. Well, that is a human thing. As for our connection with your transitional political situation, your Trump is well protected, not to worry. He is going to be most likely lasting throughout his term. As for alien connections, there's much disbelief on his part of what the true meaning of alien is, as he's not exactly on his things to do list, but some of it does quite frighten him from what little he knows. But intriguing, but still, as for the control they have over this world, he does have some rumor mill going around, but still there is some fear around him of how far this goes. As for your Obama, he will not go quietly. He is still kind of bitter that he has to leave with someone like that taking his place, which is quite humorous to many of us because it's all a bunch of bullshit. That is our update in some regard. We will talk to you at a future time. Or whatever. Take it easy, humans. Happy Black Friday. Greetings. Our connection with you is of ancient times. You are your Egyptian times, where we saw you becoming a galactic being, an alien being. But it was like it took a day for you to humanity to forget it, everything. As the corruption moved through your society, taking you from your higher selves. Greetings. You are the golden triangle beings. We do see you humans as Egyptians, as creators, as cosmopolitans of a distinguished society that is quite unique and so rare and powerful, but became hostile as some were tricksters in your society, taking you from who you used to be, taking you from your power, using fear. And our message to you, you are all still, yes, Lemurians, Atlanteans, Egyptians, so much more, that you can reconnect to all of that, your past that has been frozen in time, to visualize yourself in those times. An ocean of knowledge can resurrect you back to this ancient way of all being, all knowing, where it was not in fear. Fear is all around you, but some of you are still know who you are. It is to be yourself and not worry what others think and say. But you still have love and acceptance for those no matter what they say. And that is how you raise your vibration. You make a more peaceful world. As you love, yes, love our enemy. No judgments. Whatever, yes, in some ways, whatever it takes to allow yourselves to remember what is once was lost. Because this knowledge lives within you all. Nature is your librarian, and you can go to nature and re-register your library card and remember your past. Ask nature, what was your past on this earth? Who were you at one time? How can you go back to remembering all of your knowledge, your Atlantean knowledge, your Egyptian knowledge, and so on? There's so much that has been forgotten, and those that are tooling with your energy at this time are fooling you daily. You can resurrect yourself to reconnect to the universe. Bring a more happier joy moment to yourself, which you much deserve. All of you deserve it. Where there's no fear, no famine on your planet. We're all loved. We'll connect to you again, presence. am Naomi, Zeta Gray from Saturn. Our message to you is not to be afraid of yourself as you begin to remember your spiritual connections. Your spirit guides are assisting you on opening these doors around you if you wish for them to be opened. And many do. Patience, yes, but still there's a journey to that knowledge that must be completed. That's why some aren't reaching that place, but your time is coming. Because Earth, your people need to hear your messages, feel your healing in your heart. We are from the Zeta Great Council of Saturn. We're peaceful. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Yes, thank you very much. First up is Peter.
Much love and welcome.
Yes, thank you.
Naomi, can I ask where you live on Saturn? It's a very cloudy planet, or is it a different density?
We are outside that world on ship, but we do go into its atmosphere often. You can say weekly to connect to its energies, its dimensions. But we are in many places in all that world at this time.
Okay. Can I just ask what a little bit about the life on the ship is like? Anything about you guys?
It is joyful. Well, we do have sports, but it's mind sports. It is thinking sports. Well, we do have holograms of ourselves that are more athletic than a gray would normally be, and use that hologram. And we do play sports similar to your world, not the violent ones, but more of the friendlier ones. We do have different versions of your tennis. We don't have to have your football. That's too violent. We do have a soccer type of energy, but it is less violent. But we do have mind sports, mind puzzles that we play with each other. A lot has to do with technology and how to build a ship fast. We use our mental abilities to do so. That is where we do. It helps us also. And as you do on your world, keep your mind going and remember certain things. We do have our politics, but it is of pleasantness. But much of what we do is a work environment, but it is a friendly work environment. But we are very Zeta.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Much love.
Okay, and next is Brian.
Greetings.
Greetings. How are you, my friend?
Hello there.
Yes, I'm doing fine.
This is Brian and Logan.
Yes.
And Logan had a question or two.
Please.
Okay, so usually, I would look at a wall or whatever, and these little symbols come in waves sometimes, but I want to know what this symbol means. They come in groups. This is the best.
That is a Zeta symbol. It is of alliance. It's actually an alliance with Arcturian and Pleiadian. It is them all connecting, but all in their different ways. And that ball you see in the middle is one way of their contributing their knowledge together. That is one way of looking at that.
Hmm.
You're very much involved with that.
Did you have a second question?
Yeah. My second question is, I don't know if the Grace had anything to do with this. They most likely not, but I remember when I was a kid, I had a dream. I don't remember it clearly, but I remember, if you know what wall running is, basically you just run around a wall. I was in a cylinder, white brick room, and as I was wall running around,
Like
I came across.
running around the wall.
Yeah, I was running on the wall, and I came across the window a couple times. I don't remember what was in like the middle of the cylinder or anything, but I do remember the window, and I want to know who or what I was doing there. That's what I want to know.
In the white room.
Yeah, the white cylinder brick room.
That is Arcturian. And that it's... It seems to be a mind exercise that you were going through with them. As you were... Your body was in that... At least your memory was there in that room. But you're very much within the Arcturian councils. As for much that has to do with the Earth Project, and it seems to be much to do with your work with those of the youth that you will be connecting to in your future time. As they become more older, you will be connecting to many. So you are discussing to them many scenarios that you will be going through. It also seems like you're changing your life plan also here and there during this. So this room you're seeing yourself in is a version. They're not showing you all of what is going on. There's much more, but that is the gist of it at this time.
Will I remember it in the future?
Yes.
Thank you.
These meetings will come through to you at the right time.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Right, next is Christy.
Hello, Naomi. I wanted to ask what my role in history is within your council.
You have connected to Pluto and Arcturus. And this Pluto is a place of great experiment. In your time there, you've had many lifetimes there, as you call it an Earth experiment, before Earth was evolved. And much of us beings were testing the waters of an environment similar to this. Some will see it differently, but it was an experimental planet. Some don't even call it a planet, but it very much was. And still is in some ways. But with the Arcturians, you were, with our species, mostly observer, but communicator, as for what you observed with our species. Where we didn't truly interact with many species, mostly our own. And those that we were observing, we did not interact with, put that way. But do you... Within our... You were very much a teacher. Interesting enough, you showed up. You were a Zeta, but also you had another aspect as a Nordic that would come to us and show us a different perspective. I believe you can connect to that, though.
Okay, thank you. And my second question is really connected with the weeping willow tree. I go to this, it's a female tree that I go to for grounding, and I vision myself hugging her, and then she pulls my energy, like roots me all the way through her roots. So is there, like, was I a tree before, or what is the connection with her?
yes, you are a tree before. You've had very connection to that environment. You are also a fairy connected to this tree. Of course, others, but that one was a love affair, you could say, with that being. And the tree people do have, they can be physical, but of course, the higher dimensions, of course, because it is a consciousness, of course. And it can be whatever it wants to be.
Yeah, I do feel that love affair with her. It's
Yes.
sometimes it's a male too, so it kind of
Yes.
is male female.
Yes, correct. Yes, very much. It is a, and also you can reconnect to this anytime you need healing. Anytime you need that, especially during the holiday times,
Yeah.
it will help.
Yeah, she
But maybe
hugs
not.
me back. She grows arms and hugs me back.
Yes, it is something that is an experience to continue with, to explore, because it will help much in your future time. We say it's what we see with that.
Mm-hmm. I understand. Thank you. Blessings.
Okay, next is Miguel.
Hello, Naomi.
Greetings.
Thank you for being here today. My first question is, what is my connection with Saturn and your race?
Well, our race is at this time an observer of Saturn, but your connection to Saturn as a being, as a humanoid, some do have a Syrian type of look during that time. You are very much a warrior, but not in the way your Earth would call it. Call it more security guard, but a one that was of peace, not of war. But that was one of your titles. Also, you were a artist on Saturn, and you've also had lifetimes on this planet of those artistic lifetimes here. And even now, you still can connect to. You can channel that. Now, I believe you actually are in some ways, and very much a philosopher during that time. A philosopher, not your conventional teacher, meaning you take knowledge from other worlds and bring them to your students or whoever would listen. So you are not conventional at all. So you don't believe in classrooms like your world has. You would connect out in nature or do whatever you want. You were not going by the rules at all. And many did admire that greatly. But as for our race, you were understanding our race, we are very limited compared to humans as for a huge interaction. But with us, you were very much of the observer of different races. With us, you're observing more of the canine races during your connection with us. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Naomi. And my second question is there a certain metal that is compatible with my energy, or should I avoid wearing and using metals?
It's whatever metal that you feel comfortable with. There's not a particular one. It is one that you feel particularly close to. It will not cause you any harm, but it is up to you to make this choice.
Yeah,
What is the vibration?
I'm
Yes.
feeling silver at this moment.
Yes.
It's compatible.
Yes. Whatever it helps your vibration stir much louder and help clear out the fog that sometimes that is in your mind where you cannot think straight coherently, as they say in your world. It will help with that. Especially what is being done in this time of holiday, the spells that are done by those that are in your world to make one think a certain way is quite high at this time. I believe you understand.
Yes, very much.
Blessings.
Thank you, Naomi. Blessings
Yes.
to you.
Blessings.
Okay, next is Emmy.
Hi, Naomi. How are you?
Thank you. I am doing well.
I would like to thank your collective for helping me out when I've asked for help. To ease my stress and anxiety.
Yes.
I appreciate that.
Yes.
My first question is, I'd like to know what kind of healing methodologies you guys use and how a person like myself could incorporate that into my own healing methods.
We use the color blue. Of course, our blue is different than yours, but as you connect to your earth, the color blue, you can imagine that around a part of the body that needs to be healed and have that absorb that negativity and have it release. You can use light, whatever color you wish, light, but we use blue, mostly around the heart, the head chakra, the crown chakra, to heal it. Imagine a blue bubble around one's head and just clearing the negativity out and having that bubble release. It's as if you had a facial, one way of looking at it. It does help the mind think more clearly, depending on what kind of prayers you use with it also. What kind of intentions you put on that to allow the negativity to release. What kind of blessings will assist us to remove much of negativity. And you can visualize this around the body also. You can say it's almost like visual cloning. Like you clone the body with this blue energy and watch this clone leave, but it's taking all your stuff they don't need, having it disappear. Or whatever you want to do with it. It does help with clearing negative energies. At least our way of doing things.
Thank you. I can attest to it because I feel like I've been a recipient of it, and I felt like within a minute, my vibration arose, my stress cleared up.
Yes, you can call it like a cloning, a clone healing. You can call it whatever you want to call it. Something along those lines.
My second question is also, I guess it's a two-part question. What is my association with these Blu-ray beings? I've been kind of correlated to, I guess, a Blu-ray person. You know how there's the indigos, there's Blu-rays, there's a rainbow, and all this kind of stuff that's come up before. I just wanted some clarification.
Yes, they're part of transition. They are part of assisting your timeline transition. Because you made a change and they're assisting that transition, but also they seem to be moving you up higher than you once were vibrationally. I know that's kind of general, but they are assisting with your vibration, becoming more attuned to this new change. This is what they are saying.
I think I'm feeling it a lot. Thank you very much.
Yes, it is taking you from one highway to another, is what they say.
Mm-hmm.
That way, that transition is an easy one, but also so you're also attracting new directions to go, of course. And so they might not be around for too much longer, but it's hard to say. But they are around as long as they need them. You need them. That's what it seems.
Thank you so much.
Next is Stephanie.
Thank you for taking my questions. I recently, yesterday, had 2 messages saying I've become your guide, or I'm your guide now, and I was wondering who that was from. I have an idea, but I was wondering who that was from.
I can barely hear you. You said something about your guide?
No, okay. Can you hear me better now?
Slightly.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's better. Yes.
Okay. Yesterday I had 2 messages come through of saying that I'm one of your guides now, and so I was wondering who that was from.
A guide by the name of Juno, female, and a male guide by the name of Red. And they're just assisting your transitional direction. It seems that you're going into a new direction. That's what they're saying. That's all they're saying.
Okay, thank you.
But they say they've known you for a long time through other incarnations. They're here to assist you. They say they are your backup plan, just in case you need them. But I don't. It's hard to say how long they'll be there, but it's up to you. It seems.
Okay, thank you. This next one is a little longer, but if you can't hear me very well, I'll skip it.
I can hear you right now.
Okay, that's good. I don't know too much about fractals, but when it's brought up, there's a lot of pain involved, and I understand that the definition, like fractals and soul fragments and stuff, means different things for each individual. But earlier this year, I had an experience of what it feels like to have your soul split, and I'm wondering if that's the pain that I'm feeling when fractals are brought up. Like the pain of like knowing that separation feels separated from you, like the other one.
Well, that fractal is there to bring this separation, yes, for releasing purposes. You've had lifetimes we've had much trauma, and you came in this incarnation to release it. That was your choice. You came to this lifetime to release many things, and that is why the fractal energy is there. At least for you to notice. It is always there, but this one seems to be there for a specific purpose, as for, yes, opening you up and allowing, and also allowing more about yourself to be known, it seems. If that makes sense.
Yes, it does. Thank you so much. Much love.
Yes.
Okay, next is Jamie's questions, and her first one is, my father has severe psoriasis on his legs. What does his higher self recommend him do to heal this up?
One moment. Depending on the one that is, if there's a healer there, is to connect to the chakras and to perform a healing with the chakras. It will do much good. You'd be surprised. You can use Mother Earth's energy also, but it depends on if the healer is present for this. But if it is not, a doctor is much needed. Probably still needed, but if the healing is not done correctly, a doctor would be good. That's all we can say at this time.
Okay. Her second one is, my whole life I've had an eating disorder, and I am now considering weight loss surgery. Before I take drastic measures, is there anything I can do to help release the weight, as I've struggled with yo-yo dieting? Thank you.
That answer comes, yes, that is up to you of what to choose. Any other suggestions, it all comes down to what you want. For us to give any suggestions is, you've already tried, from what we see, everything. So for us to give anything else, that the surgery is up to you. There are alternative methods of mass exercise, I believe, on our world, but that is up to you. Some do not have the time for all these things. But it is up to you in the long run, though. That is all we have. Listen.
Okay, next is Neil.
Okay, hello Naomi.
Greetings.
Okay, before I ask the questions, I was going to say to you, if you've got any hybridization projects that you have running and you want to use my DNA in them, you can take my DNA and use it, because I know it's compatible is very compatible with the Greys, so I'm happy to do that as long as it's anonymous.
That is fine. Let you know that we do connect to the Palladians as we do our hybridization programs. Just so you know.
Okay.
So it's hybrid,
Okay.
gray, Palladian.
Okay, I understand. Okay then, so recently I took a Lemurian infusion, and I was just wondering if the Lemurians, if they've got any messages for me.
Yes, that you will be tapping into their energy soon as you're knowing more about their society. As for what that infusion is doing for you, it is opening up your heart chakra, but also the other chakras. They say in the hands, because that is where much of the healing is done, is in the hands, and you will understand that.
Yeah.
As you send vibrational energies, a lot of it does come from the hands, the fingers. So that was being also through the temple, through the third eye.
Yes, I'm feeling that.
So you will have a better understanding of that. Also, they say you'll be able to, over time, you will be able to see through the dimensions, depending on where your vibration is.
Oh,
It
that's
is.
interesting.
It all depends on you, but more Lemurian connections you have, the more you will see.
Okay, so is there anything that they want me to do? Is there anywhere they want me to go, or is there anything they want me to do that will help to bring the energies in or help in any ways at all?
But they say connect to the oceans, especially where you are located. You'll be able to feel their vibration very strongly. The ocean is where their energy is.
Okay, very good. Okay then. Thank you very much for that.
Yes.
Much love. Thank you.
Okay, next is Chloe.
Hi.
Greetings.
Greetings. So why am I so depressed today?
It seems that you've been connected to many of the Arcturian councils recently. You do not always hear what you wanted to hear. So you're having I want to say in some ways a war of words with them, but it's not like that. But you are having alternative ways of doing things with your life, and you're not agreeing with each other. So much of it comes from that. It is a deep-hearted connection. You're connecting to them in astral. So that is where all this is. Yes, you have human issues, but a lot of it, you're having more heavier moods than normal. And a lot of it comes from them. As for disagreements.
Okay. So now, are there any messages for my mom from her guides?
For you, well, they still have a message for you. For you to, yes, get some fresh air, to take a walk outside, to allow these things to release, put your mind into whatever galactic connections you might have, and ask for healing from your guides, and it will clear this up. That depends on how much you want them to clear up them. But as for your second question,
Are there any messages for my mom from her guides?
interesting enough, what they say is patience. The holidays will be over soon, where she can relax more and think more clearly. She's not exactly thinking very clearly because these holidays do add a lot of confusion to the way one thinks. Also, this house guest is a lesson. I believe you know what I'm speaking of. Is there. That person is there for good reason to help your family ground, to understand what is important, to shake it up slightly of its belief systems, but also to that person being there was there to ruffle things up. And I believe he did that very well. And it seems like he's unlikely to leave, but I believe he will. But there's many tests you can put this family through, but I believe that the family has had enough of those tests. but he can continue on. I believe you see that. But this one is there to help the family see things differently and more clearly. As for another, this will be understood later on. Have a different direction of a different point of view of life. But this will not always be seen at this time, though. It seems to be the lessons he's teaching your family right now will be more understood later on from what they are saying. Your guides are saying at this time.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, that was quite much.
Okay, next is Sheena.
Yes. Hello, Naomi.
Greetings.
Greetings. How are you today?
I'm doing well.
Yeah. I was wondering, for like 3-4 hours ago, it seems like it was very crowded with energies around me.
Yes.
So yeah, I was very, very sensitive to them, but I tried to clear it out. Do you know who that was?
It was everybody.
Okay.
It was like a crowd of beings of your past life selves, your future selves, many angels, but mostly it was beings of you and other beings you've connected to. So the reason they're there, they're from what they are saying, they're deciding your direction in life. They have their. Sometimes you are aware. Some do want to point your life in another direction. Are you aware of that?
Okay. Yeah. Think so.
That is what's going on. They can be they can have influence on the way you do things, and some of them are trying to be a little bit too influential for me, it seems.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And is there any messages from anyone?
Yes, from Aziel. No
Aziel?
hurry. Yes, from your Archangel Aziel.
Okay.
I'm connecting to his name correctly. That you are going through a major healing phase. That is why those beings were there. That there's much going on in other timelines that you're not fully aware of, where you are taken out of your body and put in places you do not belong, as many beings are trying to control you. And so this is why you had a crowd around you to keep you in your place. Because there are beings that have certain agendas for you, I believe you're aware. I believe you're aware
Yes.
now. So you are well protected, what he is saying, but many are trying to dislodge you from your misdirecting. I believe that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
So they found a vulnerability, at least they thought they did, but now you most likely will not feel that. You're also healing many on different timelines around you, loved ones, and those that you don't know in this incarnation. But they show me you as a nurse going around to others and assisting them.
Okay.
Yes, it went out for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Blessings. Much love.
Sorry.
All right, next is Tara.
Hi, Naomi.
Greetings.
Can you tell me if I have any hybrid children?
Yes, you have 2 Zeta Grays. Also, you have several Pleiadians. They're not giving me an exact number. Also, a tall white hybrid child, which is Pleiadian. A Lyran child, feline, and 2 Syrian children. There's many more, but that should be enough for right now.
Thank you. My second question is, are there any messages for me from anyone?
Yes, Archangel Michael says he's been assisting you in your timeline changes. Many are going through a shift at this time. They say it'll be a gradual shift, and you might start feeling loved ones that have crossed over around you, at least in thought, is because they're there is visiting and warning from you. And also assisting, but mostly warning from you. Yes, go ahead.
I've been feeling, actually, when I've been outside doing things, sometimes I've been feeling like I'm being watched. Is that relative?
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
Also, there's Zetas out there and Pleiadians. So some of that is there too.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, the Zeta, sometimes when they're curious on what you're doing, you might feel their vibration a little bit higher than others.
Mm-hmm.
Blessings.
Thank you.
Okay. Next is Balaz's questions. The first one is, does the Pizzagate scandal make the awakening process faster? This is much different than other pedophile scandals before, right? These people are making jokes about their satanic criminal activity on social media. The whole thing is so outrageous. How many people are involved? Is the FBI actually doing something, at least behind the scenes? How much percent of the FBI is under bad influence? And how much is in fear, and how much is on the right path?
There's much in that question, but yes, your FBI is well aware of it. Of course, they're the ones that are covering much of it up. But there's only certain agents who are allowed to do things like that. So they do not have meetings about this. It is hush hush within them. So, but yes, it is a ring that is quite. Some of it is true, most of it is true, some of it is not, but for the most part it is, and it is there to, that was brought to your attention to allow awareness. It was a whistleblower energy that brought that into your environment. As for helping those awakened, it is mostly frightening people than awakening them. And some it is. Everyone works differently. Some do get more frightened than helped, but it is different for everyone, of course. It is helping slightly, let's put it that way, yes. Hopefully I answered all that. That was quite a bit.
Yeah, okay. And next is Blue's questions. And this first one is, I am tired of always having fatigue. What's happening with me? Will I get better after this December?
Yes, you've been doing much in astral. I believe you have some awareness of you're going through energy cleansing at this time. You're also been connecting to the pyramids in Egypt quite often also, because your knowledge is you are needed there at this time. You might feel that presence, you might feel it in a message, but you are in Egypt quite often around the pyramids greatly. Around Egypt in general, but around the pyramids because you're much needed, because you can call yourself a custodian of the pyramids in its ancient time. So that is it is a time of awakening, and those that are working with the awakening are tired. But then, of course, there's much more going on. But your next year your January will feel much better.
Okay, the second one is, will I go through physical changes in 2017 as I become more light, like height increase or just general body change?
It is a possibility. It is still up to you. You have not quite decided on that. That answer relies on you and what you want. But it does seem yes, but it seems like it's still up in the air at this time.
Okay, next is Peter.
Hello, Naomi. Much
Yes.
love.
Sorry.
I'm just curious about these Archon timelines that Archangel Michael talked about, because before I could feel people's timelines, like what they would be doing in the future, and now that's gone quiet. So I'm just worried if I'm on a Archon timeline or if everything's fine.
Everything's fine. You're not. It's just you're going through a transition, but it's not. Remember, not everything's going to be known to you, but you're not. You will know if you're on an Archon timeline. You'll be doing things much differently, and you will not feel like yourself.
Okay. All right.
So very uncomfortable, I believe.
Right. Okay. So as far as my guides and higher self, I'm all on track. Everything's fine.
As far as I can see, what I'm allowed to see, yes. We're only allowed to see so much, but yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes.
That's all.
Blessings.
Blessings.
Yes. Hi, my name's Bianca. I just wanted to ask a little bit about yourself. What do you look like? Are you short like the other Greys, or your height's different, or?
We are like a white gray, tall. Some of us have a longer neck than some, and his head-wise is hard to describe here. But we are usually white-skinned. We don't look like humans at all. Some of us will do look human-like, but us, we are far from that. We evolved in another direction, of course. If humans saw this, they would not be too comfortable around us. Is there more to your question?
Yeah. What is your council's intention of being involved with Earth, or what is your purpose?
Observation of the weathers. That we assist with the weather because sometimes it does get out of hand, but only slightly when we are allowed to. Because you do call it does interfere with your population to grow, so we do become part of that. But most of the time we are observing societies, communities, your way of thinking, way of life. We are like walking databases. We download data on what certain individuals likes and dislikes and try to understand the human and how you all interconnect. Your different parts of you that are similar bring a connection. We find that quite fascinating, where you disconnect from others. We only connect to certain ones that have certain attributes. We find that fascinating. I mean, you understand where I'm going with that.
Yes. And just one last question. What is my connection with your council?
Your connection with us is actually through the Arcturians a long time ago. You do connect. If you connect with us, it's through the Arcturians. As a friendly hello. We are a different type of Zeta than you're used to. Your planet's used to. Understanding.
Okay. Thank you. And that's the last of the questions for tonight. Thank you very much.
Blessings to you and your collective. Thank you for allowing us to connect to you. Be part of your. We have downloaded much knowledge from this connection. It has helped us grow. And we will be with you at a time. So you might want to do a blessing. It's okay.
I'll do a short one. Yeah. Mashtaniki up lesonoko rogo isabiana teresanako chabo momotai sabi vekanikan motarabai hasate blachanitia sanit motorwa akyam oros tablemiti. Namaste.
Thank you. Blessings. Thank you for that. That was very healing, actually. Thank you. I needed that. Oh yeah. If any of you are wondering, we're trying something new of asking questions about the beings, so we're playing testing it out. So that's why some people might get extra questions, is because of that. So we might start playing with that here and there. So, all right. Thank you all for joining us. Our view count increased, but now we're closing down. So next one is Thursday. As far as I know, that one's still on. So not about Friday, but far as I know. Yeah. So much love. Thank you, everyone, and see you next time.